Dear learners, this lecture video explains the operation of a single phase fully controlled rectifier fed DC motor in discontinuous conduction mode of operation. The expression for armature voltage, the speed of the DC motor and the critical speed also will be derived. So this is the circuit of a single phase fully controlled rectifier. It consists of an AC source, DC motor is used as a load, and 4 thyristors has been used for switching purpose. During the positive half cycle of the input AC voltage, if thyristor T1 and T3 are turned on at an angle alpha, then current flows from the source through the thyristor T1, then flows into the motor. From motor it flows through thyristor back to the source. This is the operation during the positive half cycle of the input AC waveform. During the negative half cycle of the input AC waveform, thyristor T2 and T4 will be turned on. So the current flows from the AC source through the thyristor T2 into the motor. Then again from motor, it flows through thyristor T4 back to the AC source. As both the half cycles has been controlled using thyristor switches, this is called as fully controlled rectifier. Now to have a better understanding about this, let us consider the waveform. Now at an angle alpha, thyristor T1 and T3 has been turned on. Now during the interval alpha to beta, the armature voltage exactly follows the given input AC source. During the interval beta to pi plus alpha, the armature voltage will be equal to the back EMF of the motor. Based on this operation, we have two intervals, that is duty interval where omega t is between alpha and beta. During this interval, VA will be equal to Vs, that is equal to Vm sin omega t, because during this interval the armature voltage will be equal to the applied AC voltage. During the interval beta to pi plus alpha, we can observe that armature current is equal to 0. So this interval is also called as zero current interval. At the same time, we can also find that armature voltage is equal to the back EMF, that is in this portion. Now we shall derive an expression for armature voltage. So VA will be equal to 1 by pi into integral alpha to beta. During the interval alpha to beta, armature voltage will be equal to the applied AC waveform, that is Vm sin omega t d omega t plus. Now during the interval beta to pi plus alpha, armature voltage will be exactly equal to the back EMF, so EB into d omega t. So this is equal to 1 by pi Vm, integration of sin omega t is minus cos omega t, limits alpha to beta, plus EB into omega t, limits beta to pi plus alpha. So this will be equal to 1 by pi Vm into minus cos beta plus cos alpha plus EB into pi plus alpha minus beta. So this will be equal to 1 by pi into Vm into cos alpha minus cos beta plus EB into pi plus alpha minus beta. So this is the equation of armature voltage. Now armature voltage and back EMF can be related as VA is equal to EB plus IA RA. So replacing this VA with EB plus IA RA, we get EB plus IA RA is equal to 1 by pi into Vm into cos alpha minus cos beta plus EB into pi plus alpha minus beta. Now we shall replace this EB with Km omega m. So Km omega m plus IA RA is equal to 1 by pi into Vm cos alpha minus cos beta plus Km omega m into pi plus alpha minus beta. Now we shall keep this Km omega m on the left hand side and the remaining terms on the other side. So km omega m minus this term 1 by pi km omega m into pi plus alpha minus beta, which is equal to 1 by pi Vm cos alpha minus cos beta minus Ia Ra, this term. Now by taking this km omega m commonly outside the brackets, km omega m into 1 minus pi plus alpha minus beta divided by pi, which is equal to 1 by pi Vm cos alpha minus cos beta minus this Ia can be replaced with Tm is equal to Km into Ia. So Ia can be replaced with Tm by Km. So Tm divided by Km into Ra. So on the left hand side, by taking LCM, we will get Km omega m into pi minus alpha plus beta divided by pi. This is equal to 1 by pi Vm cos alpha minus cos beta minus Tm Ra by Km. So Km omega m into beta minus alpha divided by pi is equal to 1 by pi Vm cos alpha minus cos beta minus Tm Ra divided by Km. Now multiplying pi on both sides, we will get Km omega m into beta minus alpha, which is equal to Vm into cos alpha minus cos beta minus pi Tm Ra divided by Km. Now omega m will be equal to Vm into cos alpha minus cos beta divided by Km into beta minus alpha minus pi Tm Ra divided by Km square into beta minus alpha. So this is the equation for angular speed of the motor. Now to find out the critical speed of the machine, we have to consider the armature current in discontinuous conduction mode. So this is the equation for armature current. Now in this equation, we shall find out Ia of beta. This is found out by simply replacing this omega t with beta. So wherever we come across omega t, we have to replace omega t with beta. So Vm by Z into sine beta minus pi minus sine alpha minus pi e power minus beta minus alpha cot pi minus Eb by Ra into 1 minus e power minus beta minus alpha cot pi. In this waveform, we can observe one thing, that when omega t is equal to beta, the armature current is 0. So this condition can be applied in the next equation. So when omega t is equal to beta, armature current is 0. So we can write 0 is equal to Vm by Z sine beta minus pi minus sine alpha minus pi e power minus beta minus alpha cot pi minus Eb by Ra into 1 minus e power minus beta minus alpha cot. Now we shall bring this term to the left hand side. So Eb by Ra into 1 minus e power minus beta minus alpha cot pi, that is equal to Vm by Z into sine beta minus pi minus sine alpha minus pi e power minus beta minus alpha cot pi. Beta is equal to pi plus alpha represents the boundary between continuous and discontinuous mode of conduction. So we shall replace beta is equal to pi plus alpha now. So EB by RA into 1 minus e power minus pi plus alpha minus alpha cot pi is equal to Vm by Z into sin pi plus alpha minus pi minus sin alpha minus pi into e power minus pi plus alpha minus alpha cot pi. So EB by RA into 1 minus e power minus pi cot pi will be equal to Vm by Z into sin pi plus alpha minus pi minus sin alpha minus pi e power minus pi cot pi. Now we can replace this back EMF with Km omega m. So Km omega m by Ra. So beta is equal to pi plus alpha represents the boundary between continuous and discontinuous conduction mode. So the speed here can be represented as omega mc, that is critical speed of the machine. So into 1 minus e power minus pi cot pi, which is equal to Vm by Z sin pi plus alpha minus pi minus sin alpha minus pi e power minus pi cot pi. Now by keeping this omega mc on the left hand side and taking the other terms to the right hand side, we will get omega mc is equal to Vm by Km Ra to sin pi plus alpha minus pi minus sin alpha minus pi e power minus pi cot pi divided by 1 minus e power minus pi cot pi. So which is equal to omega mc is equal to Vm Ra divided by Z Km into sin pi plus alpha minus pi can be written as sin alpha minus pi minus of sin alpha minus pi minus sin alpha minus pi e power minus pi cot pi divided by 1 minus e power minus pi cot pi. So this term is common, so it can be taken out. So this is equal to Vm by Z Km into sin alpha minus pi into minus 1 minus e power minus pi cot pi divided by 1 minus e power minus pi cot pi. So this can be written as Vm by Vm Ra by Z Km into sin alpha minus pi into 1 plus e power minus pi cot pi divided by e power minus pi cot pi minus 1. So this is the critical speed of the machine. Now this waveform shows the relationship between output voltage and firing angle. So when firing angle is 0, the output voltage will be maximum. As the firing angle increases, the voltage across the armature keeps on decreasing up to 90 degrees. If the firing angle is greater than 90 degree, the voltage across the armature becomes negative, which means if the firing angle is between 90 to 180, a single phase fully controlled rectifier behaves like an inverter. So this operation is very much needed during the reverse braking mode. A single phase fully controlled rectifier is called as two-quadrant drive. The reason is that It can operate in forward motoring mode as well as in reverse braking mode. So during the reverse braking mode, the motor behaves like a generator and it supplies electricity back to the source. During this mode, the rectifier works like an inverter with firing angle between 90 to 180 degrees. So this operation provides braking to the motor. This is the speed torque characteristics of a single phase fully controlled rectifier. As the firing angle is increased, the angular speed of the machine decreases. So if it is above 90 degree, the angular speed will be reversed. This dotted line represents the boundary between discontinuous conduction mode and continuous conduction mode. In continuous conduction mode, you may find that the speed torque characteristics is almost flat, but in discontinuous conduction mode, the slope is greater when compared to the continuous conduction mode of operation.